Getting to the top of the economic food chain is a difficult feat. Important aspects to take into account are the population size, educational attainment, quantity of natural resources accessible, and amount of private investment. When determining which economies are the greatest in the world, these considerations also present a significant challenge. As a result, the IMF and other significant organizations use nominal GDP to rank the economies of various nations. We'll be examining the world's 7 biggest economies in this video. France. With an estimated GDP of $2.9 trillion, France has managed to hold onto its 7th place ranking among the world's top economies despite the detrimental effects of the COVID-19 epidemic. A major contributor to France's economic strength, the country's tourism industry saw its GDP grow by 6% by the end of 2021. Nevertheless, France has a diverse economy with a large number of private and semi-private sectors. Furthermore, the nation is among the top financiers in the field of research and development. The fields of chemical engineering, shipbuilding, and nuclear power demonstrate France's technological prowess. Additionally, it has the highest concentration of Fortune 500 corporations in all of Europe. France's economy has consistently ranked in the top 10 in the world for the last 2 centuries. India. With a rapidly expanding economy and a projected GDP of $3.05 trillion in 2021, the Republic of India is the 6th largest economy in the world. India's constantly expanding manufacturing sector and services contribute to the country's growing GDP. In the second quarter of 2022, India's GDP expanded by 8.4% compared to the previous year. India is without a doubt a major player in the export of ICT services and corporate outsourcing. India has seen a consistent increase in foreign direct investment inflow since 2014. This has been made possible by significant policy adjustments that the government has implemented. India is home to an estimated 1.4 billion people and accounts for 3% of world production. In addition to employing more than 57 million people, the nation leads the world in generic medication exports. United Kingdom. Scotland, Wales, England, and North Ireland make up the United Kingdom, which takes pride in being one of the world's most globally integrated nations. The UK is the 5th largest economy in the world, with a GDP of $3.12 trillion. About 80% of the GDP is made up of the service sector, which is driven by the financial services sector in particular. Germany. Germany is the 4th largest economy in the world, with an estimated GDP of $4.3 trillion. At the end of 2021, Germany's GDP grew by 4.2%, and in 2022, it is expected to rise by 5.2%. 83,166,711 people called the country home as of January 2020, a decrease in population. Germany continues to be the world's leading exporter of chemicals, machines, and automobiles, and also claims a higher proportion of professionals in its labor force. Germany's low birth rate poses the biggest obstacle to the country's economic growth, as it makes it difficult to replace its rapidly aging labor force. Japan. Japan's economy, which is heavily focused on exports and industry, is the 3rd largest in the world. Japan's GDP surpassed the $5 trillion threshold in 2019 and is currently valued at $5.39 trillion. In the final quarter of 2021, the GDP grew by 2.4%, a significant improvement over the -4.8% growth rate in 2020. As of October 1, 2020, there were 125.88 million people living in Japan, indicating a declining population. Japan faces significant obstacles to its economic progress. China. China has a GDP of $14.4 trillion and will expand by 2.3% in real terms in 2020. China's economy is without a doubt among the fastest growing in the world. China may be headed toward becoming the greatest economy in the world in the coming years, with steady economic growth that exceeds that of the U.S. With 1.4 billion people living there, China leads the world in manufactured goods exports. The fastest aging population in China is the biggest obstacle to the country's expanding economy. United States. With a GDP of $22.94 trillion, the United States continues to dominate the world economy. After taking a hit from the pandemic the year before, the United States saw a 7.39% GDP growth by the end of 2021. The largest contribution to the U.S. economy is the economic services sector, which includes real estate, banking, insurance for healthcare, and professional business services. Due to its relatively open economy, the United States welcomes both flexible business investments and foreign direct investment. Even while the U.S. will probably continue to top the list, the economy is facing several significant obstacles, including growing healthcare costs, economic disparity, the net cost of Social Security, and deteriorating infrastructure.